Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit Black Moon Lilith Sextile or Trine, one's natal moon. Now, this transit may manifest at the higher level of the placement of the BML, powerful enemy, people that are prominent in your life, and being in harmony with your emotional needs, your mood, what you're feeling like doing at this time. I'm going to elaborate and expound on this. Now, this is a time where people that may play a provocative role in your life, you're more in the mood to be doing things with them. If somebody is somebody that's been a thorn in your side, powerful adversary, whether it's somebody that might be bringing your reputation down as an example. This is the time when you may be willing to contend with it more. You're going to feel more like dealing with the problem, confronting the problem, more head on as opposed to maybe just throwing it under the proverbial rug as an example. Now I want to state, as far as the transit of the BML, of course, this doesn't supplant or replace your natal BML placement. It's your natal BML placement is there for the entirety and duration of your life, of course. And the transit BML, well, that when you're talking about being involved in a sextile or trine aspect, it is auspicious. It's something that can be positive for the time, for the duration of the time that you're having the transit. Now, the thing about this too is, some of you may wonder, what is the difference between, the sextile and trine and the conjunction? Well, the sextile and trine and conjunction, those aspects are comparable, but they're not precisely or exactly the same. Those aspects, sextile and trine is an auspicious aspect. It's there, it's flowing. It's a good, harmony, between, in this case, the transit of the Black Moon Lilith and the natal moon placement. But when you have the conjunction, okay, conjunction aspects are neutral, so they can have good and bad qualities. A conjunction is more concentration of energy. It's very integrating, intensifying, and let's say, for example, if you have the transit BML making a conjunction to your natal moon, well, on a positive end, it might be really being in, really feeling like, intensely feeling like doing things with people that are prominent in your life, or dealing with an open enemy as example, or embracing the higher level of the placement. But that energy may be so intensified where you may become oblivious to other things that are going on in your life. It could be to the exclusion of things, but at the same time, and on a very more negative way it could manifest. It could also be, could be physical related trauma, connected, with the body part that's associated with the moon, such as the stomach, the chest, the breast, the ribs, or issues with water retention. You may be dealing, with some kind of suffering, going on, in your home or family life, as some examples. But anyway, as far as this transit goes, this could be a time where moon-related people that are your family, your home, people you're close to home with, people that have prominent women in your life, they may be more in favor of the higher level of the placement that you may be trying to embrace. And say if the transit, Black Moon Lilith is in Aquarius, it could be expressing altruistic, selfless qualities, being considerate, unobtrusive, as some examples, expressing innovative ability. And if you have, at this time as well, anatomically speaking, again, the moon is connected with the chest, the breast, the stomach, ribs, water retention, even the left or the right eye, depending on gender. And when you have, this transit, it could be about having, more of that right amount of, the passion and desire to do something about. Now, the Black Moon Lilith can be very obsessive and fixated energy, but when you have it like making, a positive aspect, in this case to the natal moon, I would say it's more about having a strong passion, desire, but not being overly, obsessed with it to the point where it's to the exclusion of other things. And it's a time where you may have more, that passion to do something about those issues, and especially if you have procrastinated and hesitated on those matters for some time. Now, and it's also about just doing and again having that passion, desire, doing things that are connecting the home, the family, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life, and it's having more at this time, I would say as well, being able to react to things that are connected, with the Black Moon Lilith, whether it can be, a formidable enemy, or it's prominent people in your life, whether it can be some physical related trauma in some instances. And it's about finding the safety and security from, could be negative energy associated with the transit of the BML. If you're having, the transit of the Black Moon Lilith, let's say, it's in your 7th house. Now, in some cases, it might be, say if it's an Aries in the 7th house, it might be dealing with some real contentious situation, even acrimonious situation with a significant other, a marriage partner, and some examples, or it could even be an open enemy as well. And it might be a time where it can be positive in terms of getting the safety from that. The moon is connected with safety and security, and the moon also is associated with the public. So it's a time, if you're trying to bring out like any of the positive energy that's associated with the transit of the BML, this is a time where you may be able to bring it out more publicly. If the transit Black Moon Lilith, say, is in Leo, it could be very, gregarious, extroverted qualities. It could be just brightening other people's lives. It can be, using those qualities, like say if you're, like a door-to-door salesman, that could be very beneficial in doing that, because of course, people that are salesmen, they need to be, outgoing, gregarious, and extroverted. And salespeople also can boast up the products, and Leo, of course, can be boastful, but it can be done in a very, positive manner, really just talking legitimately about the positive aspects of the product, as some examples. And it's really a time, the moon is also connected with sensitivity. So it's about a time where you may be more sensitive to the needs of people that may be playing, a prominent role in your life. It's a time, if you're dealing with any, there's suffering that you may be going through. This is a time where the people, again, family members, people you're close to home with, people that could be prominent women, those people may be more sensitive to that and be able to be, beneficial to what you may be going through at this time. If there's any kind of, physical or emotional trauma that you're contending with, those people can be more advantageous to you in those matters. Now, another way this transit could be expressed, it could be positive for, again, having that intense passion and desire, which is the BML, and for activities that could be associated with your emotional needs, which is the moon. Let's say, for example, if the natal moon is in Taurus, you could be doing something with gardening, cultivation, geology, agriculture, art, carpet laying, and some examples, things connected with creature comforts. Also, too, that another way this transit may manifest, it could be people that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may be in harmony and agreement with your unconscious side, which is the moon. Now, let's say, for example, if the natal moon is in Pisces, that unconscious energy you may be expressing could be very compassionate, being sacrificing, altruistic, forgiving, as some quality, as some ways that may manifest. Also, too, an attempt to embrace the higher level of the Black Moon Lilith placement may be assisted by the mother in or prominent women in your life, which is the moon. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now let's say if the transit Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini, um, those qualities you may be trying to, higher level of the BML placement, you may be trying to attain or obtain, could be just being more clever, or finding just clever solutions to problems. It could be things with expressing manual dexterity, such as working on doing auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. And also to avoid you may feel you have, which is the Black Moon Lilith in your life. You might be in more of the mood, which is the moon, to deal with. Now, let's say, for example, if the let's say if the transit, the Black Moon Lilith is in Sagittarius, that void may be connected with higher education or expanding horizons. It might simply, be associated with exuberance, just in general in your life. Could be sports, outdoor activities. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.